Loot.bet, made for live betting.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Loot.bet CS League, and it is going to be time for our final series of the day. It is Adwokacik versus Team Unique, and we have ourselves a proper series on our hands. Certainly Unique and Adwokacik have a lot to show for and a lot to make up for. In any case, it is going to be, of course, Train, Mirage, and Dust. And well, I'm not alone in this as always. It's my good friend and co-caster, Kieran, joining me.
Yeah, this is going to be quite an exciting series. Again, with the sort of veto lining up as did the one just previous, the exact same 3 maps. Hopefully we'll get to see at least a different one in the form of Mirage, obviously that being that second map. But yeah, Unique and Adwokacik, 2 sides that, again, interestingly have their own tales. I did manage to find out over the time that we've been waiting for this team that Unique do have confirmed both Pulp and Zorte as new additions, like permanently. So they seem to have worked out on trial, seem to have gelled together well. But yeah, this Adwokacik side, we know how sporadic these guys are, right? We know what they're going to bring to the table. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting series, especially with the first map being Train, a map that Adwokacik played in their previous series against Adhoc, and one of their sort of more home turf map picks. But even Unique themselves, 50% across their maps, so not too bad for them either.
Indeed. I mean, Unique, they have shown a certain tendency to be a pretty strong team, regardless of what you might believe, or what we might believe of them, or anybody else for that matter. They had played against Havu. They lost 2-0, but they fought valiantly. And I believe the second series you casted alongside Skriv, I think. And, well, if nothing else, they were at least able to win that. But in any case, it is going to be the pistol round by the looks of it. We're already live. Adwokacik starting on their CT side. We have a kit onto our alongside a smoke. Well, Unique seems like with 3 players buying full utility, 3 smokes, 3 nades, and 3 flashes, it is going to be a full-on B execution and commitment, although it still could turn around to be an A take. But here we go. B play comes through. Sperro lines up a few shots, doesn't really kill anybody, just a bit of a tag up. And it is going to be a retake coming up from Adwokacik, a 5-on-5 retake, something you rarely see on Train, really.
Yeah, especially the fact that the bomb is down on that B site, one of the harder sites to actually enter. So crazy they have put the bomb down, like you said, in this 5v5. Twao trying to come in from the right-hand side of the CT retake anyway, but as they push themselves in toward the smokes here, this could actually really work out. They wrap themselves around the site. Go on, Twao, drop the smoke. Yes, exactly so he does. Surely they get the ninja, maybe not. He does come out of it alive, and Bialdi not allowed to survive. Unique taking themselves what is a very nice pistol round. 4 players kept alive. And a very overall coordinated site take. That sees them already a first round up. And yeah, like you said, a very odd scenario in a 5v5, especially on that B site. But it works out for Unique. They only lose a single man.
And it seems like the buy-up of utility certainly paid off well enough to allow them to enter the site, get the smokes up, and make sure that whoever might have wanted to have a nice line of sight was blocked immediately after. Even pop flashes supporting the push itself. In any case, it is going to be a force buy back by Adwokacik, and this is exactly what we can expect out of Polish teams, as we usually have seen them play with this kind of, force up with this kind of style. 2 scouts, Spero and Bialy. The rest with pistols and deagles, and above all else, just a few Kevlars to support it all. They have 2 smokes though, so there's that, and I think one could say that the smokes can be quintessential in a certain sense if they're used correctly. Robin, well, he's not going to get much, but unfortunately Zorte will take down Bialy. And that's going to be one of the scouts gone, and Adwokacik's force buy is not looking too sweet anymore. Unique, they've got a good idea about this. They're not going to let themselves be separated nor isolated into those one-on-one duels where they have a high chance of losing.
Yeah, and it is nice to see from Unique as well. A lot of sides do sort of fluff up this second round. But Unique not wanting to be one of those. Caper taking a little bit of a fight. Does drop Polt down to 39. Passion are going to try and move in from close toward that back of train. Vicious holds the flank down. Very nice, very simple. Scout going to have no avail. And there we have it. So our last man alive into the 1-on-5, even with plenty of damage done to Unique. Just unfortunate they're not able to translate the kills. Every single man staying alive, and with the way that Tuao is approaching, should be keeping all 5 alive as well. So not too bad of an endeavor. Polt, realistically, the only man that's playing from this sort of position that Tuao can take down. So yeah, a very solid second round out of Unique. And the fact that, again, they lose no men, or should be only losing minimal. Adwokacik force buy comes to nothing. They'll take an eco for the next, and much like we saw against in the previous series with Adhoc, it's a clean start for their opponents, or should be at least.
And one could say a perfect start for Unique, really. I mean, this is the best case scenario for them. The way they kicked off, the way they're able to keep themselves composed, and I love the fact that you go into Ivy as well. All 4 players with rifles try to sneak in together, make sure that they get away safely and survive as best they can. And 2-0, full eco for Adwokacik, and a perfect beginning for Unique as a whole. The Russian squad, they had been going through some changes in the past. They had, certainly had their ups and downs. Recently, they won against Offset, I believe. I didn't cast it. You guys did, right? They won 2-0?
Yeah.
Or was it 2-1? I'm not sure. But in any case, we didn't see Train, I believe. It was like the 3rd map, or was it 2nd?
Yeah, it was a quick 2-0, I'm pretty sure. I think Dust 2 came close, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, they won it after coming back from like 14-9, I think it was. They were losing, and they won 16-14.
Yeah, so that's always good to know. Of course, Unique showing the prowess they can hold and the prowess they can manage, but Adwokacik, people have counted them out before. People have, even ourselves at times, had been a little bit skeptical about them. And I have to say, last we saw them was on the 3rd of August, I believe, just before I left. And they played against Illuminar. And I have to say, they played very well, regardless of the end result that was a victory for Illuminar. We saw 3 maps, and all 3 went pretty deep overall, with Train actually going towards Adwokacik. So there is some hope yet to be had here for the Polish squad.
And especially for the fact that, as well, like you said, they can take maps close despite not being able to win the majority of the time with a couple extra rounds go in their favor. And they're going to be having a nice advantage this time, though. Vicious and Robin, that's a frag that was so desperately needed. Better out of Spero. And they trade it back to give them yet the advantage to work with. Unique now forced to slow down here, unfortunately. And especially for the fact that at the moment, a minute left on the clock, still plenty of time to work with. It's feasible from Unique. It has to be pretty clean cut here, but Minio, he's going to maybe put himself in an uncomfortable position. Never mind. Quick kill onto Robin, closes him down. Last man of Zorte. Now that we actually have a picture for this man, he looks fairly young, actually. Not had his image on the stream until now. He looks like again, another young talent that teams are taking a little bit of a gamble on, which is nice to see.
Yeah, Zorti certainly the unknown factor, right? We've said how this could affect Unique, and obviously all new players joining teams like this, not really being experienced in the professional field can have an effect on their team, etc., etc. But Zorte has been a pretty solid player overall. He's been definitely one of the more successful additions to Unique as a whole, and even though he's a very unknown player, he's been performing pretty damn well. And well, I think this proves my point. He does refrag for the loss of Pasha Noi. And let's get back to a 4-on-4. We have ourselves a bit of a stalemate, if one can say that. At a minute and 13 seconds and counting. Unique looking like they might want to go on towards B, but so far yet the decision has not been made. A player in Ivy, that's going to be Finvicious. The rest kind of looking like to perhaps line up for the B take.
And especially Unique right now with the sort of man traded back, it's actually way easier for them to hit this B site, even with two men sort of rotated over. Because a trade at this point actually benefits the T side way more than it does the CTs. Their manpower is now split. And Sparrow, whilst he is holding from a very common angle, Unique seemed very wise to it, straight out through heaven by the looks of it. And Fenvicious, going to be an absolute nuisance wrap around the back lines here, which surely, if they're not careful, will guarantee a free kill. The timing is perfect, I think. He's able to slip across with just enough time, and as they already get onto the bomb site, there's nothing that Twal could do about it. He's caught in the open, and there's Fenvicious. Surely, now that first kill is dead, and the second, all the attention was taken away. Right now, Fenvicious should just put himself on the main brink of the bomb site, because they won't know that he's flanked now. He can reuse that in future, because they still have no idea.
Yeah, that's actually a perfect setup here, or at least a perfect flank. That is not even utilized. That is not even, as you said, not even spotted or checked by Adwokacik. And if it goes well again, if it goes the same way again, it can just as easily overtake Adwokacik. This is a bit of a weird thing. Adwokacik, usually we would see them play a bit more aggressively. Usually we would see them play a little bit more off the rails, right? Trying to find themselves the early entries. They were never the ones to really look for the team play or be very organized in their assault or otherwise play. And at times it does show that, although this seems to be a pretty clean-cut victory so far, or at least a clean-cut progression for Unique. The way they were able to sneak 4 rounds in before anybody even noticed seems like Adwokacik might still be trying to grasp at straws as to how the hell do they manage this. It is an eco, of course, but it only deepens the lead for Unique, and starting on the T side of train is no easy task to play it like that.
Especially considering this is a map pick of Adwokacik as well. Like you said, with Unique taking an early lead whilst they can come back from this sort of position. It's definitely not good to have your opponents already taking a nice early set of rounds in your own map pick. And this time, Twal's going to get burned alive in the molly. Nade does damage as well. He's already dead. Zorte taking down one more. And seeming again like a fairly simple round for Team Unique. But again, it should have been a full eco, even with a couple of rifles here and there. Not making too much of a difference, unfortunately. And Fenvicious again, this time not going to go for the flank, of course. Bialy keeping himself back of oil. Ooh, head of Sparrow not yet spotted. Now it does, but he already takes the first kill. Should die fairly quickly and does. Last man alive of Caper trying to save his M4. But again, Unique, like you said, they're starting to pull away now. 5th on the board. Buy round to come out of Adwokacik. We'll see the AWP, maybe even double Sparrow and Minio if it's affordable, but it might just be Minio dropping out one if they can afford it. So again, they're already starting to feel a little limited that they can't bring out this double up, that they can't have everything they want, and Unique doing a great job of minimizing a fairly hefty buy round, but with round loss bonus, they should be able to rebuy that double up if they want to. Yeah, and of course they will. It's something that from day one, they've incorporated straight away, so they're not going to shy away from it this time, especially not too early in the game.
And why not? I mean, as you said, right, we've been seeing them with the double up consistently. Against Illuminar, specifically, remember them being able to shut the, well, Polish counterparts very well with the double up, and so far Zorti's going to have a tough challenge on his hands if he wants to win this one. Tuao, though, goes aggro into upper brown holes, and he's going to be able to snag away a free frag. Sparrow, still very aggressive, looking perhaps for a secondary. Luckily enough, Unique pull back, and they do not wish to give away a free frag here. Adwokacik, well, the aggression is here. As I've said, they like to play a little bit more off the rockers, and they get themselves at least one of the entries. Slow down from both sides, though. Adwokacik's realizing perhaps it is time to take a bit of a different stance. With an entry secured for them, there's no reason to risk this round any further. Tuao, he needs to be careful, though. He can be easily pre-fired, although it is an off angle he's holding. Usually you check pretty much both trains when you peek out. Zorti. Seems like nobody's realizing he's an Olaf, and oh, if he sneaks past fast, well, quick enough, he might actually spot Tuao on 5th train.
He has no idea.
Bialy mollied out of Electro. Tuao spotted. Here comes the fight. He wins the duel at least. Zorti, though, still so far not revealing himself. Pasha Knight finds one. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. The bombs drop 30 seconds, and, well, Zorti finally links up with one. Robin the second. And it seems like Unique might actually be able to execute with success for the first time in this round.
Yeah, and as Minio misses the first shot as well, it's down to a double AWP retake, something that no side ever wants to try and bring to light. And the fact that, again, with bomb now planted, oh, timing from Sparrow didn't spot the head of Zorte popping up there. And yeah, they will just elect to save, so fair enough, carrying the rifle or the AWPs over into the next round. But the lead grows 6-1. Team Unique starting to really almost get too many rounds at this point. We saw,
yeah.
I mean, some train halves go, what, 11-4? Youngsters had a couple of those. CPH Flames, I think they received one of those from, was it Heretics when they lost like 13-2.5, or it might have been the other way around, one of the two.
It was, I think it was actually Youngsters versus Heretics, was it not?
Oh, actually,
it wasn't it? In the close qualifier, right? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, maybe.
Or was
I know we had like a 13-2 train half, I'm pretty sure.
No, it was against SJ. It was SJ versus Copenhagen Flames. Yeah, it was SJ versus Copenhagen Flames. Yeah, yeah, and Copenhagen Flames closed out the half 13-2. Yep, I remember now. That was the 2-1 ending there for Copenhagen Flames. They eliminated SJ because of it. So, yeah, certainly was a pretty one-sided affair indeed. And, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if... Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if it were to repeat itself, but... then again, it certainly is possible. Pasha Knife, though, goes out solo through Olaf. We've got to be caught red-handed. Vicious, what a reaction, though. Pulls it back to a 4-on-4. And Team Unique, they'll be hitting a site right now.
Very lucky to be alive there for Vicious, though. If Minio would have hit that shot, would have been dead for sure. And smoke now dissipates toward Pop Dog, giving, again, a little bit of a depth into this site take. Unique focusing a lot onto this A-bomb site in the early half, but it's working for them, and that's the best thing. Bialdi, though, nice trade back. Robin does make light work of him, though. Pops in toward the sandwich position, gets the kill and falls back. Nice to play. 50 seconds on the clock. And the fact that, again, Unique just hold this man advantage. Zorte can pin down these angles, can pincer in, moves toward the bomb site as well. Molotov's down, clearing back of sight. And again, I wouldn't be surprised as soon as that bomb is planted, or at least attempted to be. Do they catch him on the timing here? Caper. Yeah, Robin.
Oh no, Sparrow. This is a problem.
Especially now he's giving himself up. Yeah, exactly. If he'd have maybe backed out or gone through Ivy and not been spotted, then he would have saved, but yeah.
Oof. Well, I mean, we talked about how, you know, Adwokacik have implemented the double up style into their own play, but then again, we have talked about extensively how the double up has come to hurt them as well. When Sparrow is not hitting his shots, when Minio is wielding the second up, and he's not really as accurate as he needs to be once he has that one and done weapon. And Adwokacik, well, it seems like this might be that time of the day where the ops are just not perhaps working out well enough for them. We already saw them save once before with the ops. Last round was just a failure and they couldn't get away with anything. Perhaps they can try once more, although they are starting to run out of rounds, which is the critical thing. Unique 7 already on the T side is well, I wouldn't say as good as it gets, but it's certainly starting to look pretty damn decent. Caper, double drop, doesn't work out too well for him. He gets the 1, but the trade is still favorable for Unique, as you said. As soon as the T side gets 1, they put themselves ahead quite far. And, well, Adwokacik, they put a second player into pop. He's going to be able to retrieve the the AK. Vicious, though, shuts down 1. Zorti the second, and so much for the force buy, so much for the buy itself. Bialy and Twao, a 2v4, they have to win here. Oh, not sure Polt. I think he wanted to sneak down. I'm not sure if he saw him immediately, but he certainly looked like he wanted to sneak behind him. Luckily, Bialy checks it, but still a 3v2. Oh, the timing here, Zorti. This could actually work in favor of the Adwokacik. Well, as I say it, I might have to bite my tongue. Bialy left alone, 1-on-3, and all of a sudden, it's Adwokacik that are facing the music of a potential 9-1. Maybe even worse first half.
This is getting like a very, very dangerous first half already. Unique. Victory confirmed. 8 rounds minimum on the board. And again, a rebuy to come. Fair enough. Twao going to drop out the AWP. Again, they're going to go for a double. So, spending again a lot of money. See what they can do with it this time. Twao even down to an MP9 as well. So, not the strongest of weapons, but definitely ones that they can work with, especially those 2 AWPs and the 2 rifles, so not too bad. Scary part is, Unique's economy is so stacked right now. Zorte's not died in like 3 rounds, 4 rounds, so he's just stacking like $14,000. So the rest of the team just going to be using him as a walking bank at this point. Passionoi, not as stable, but the rest of the side, they're going to have sort of 5-digit balances after this round anyway, so not too bad for them. Adwokacik, though, great first entry. Going to see the AWPs come into effect. Not too sure how Robin actually survives there and gets the kill into Bialy. But it is a trade back into a 4-on-4. Minio wanting to play again toward this Ivy position. Something that he did utilize early in in this half, but again, hasn't particularly had too much of a chance to work into his gameplay further on. But again, a slowdown out of Unique. You like to see it. Gonna again pull themselves back toward the A site and see what they can bring. But 45 seconds on the clock. This is going to be so hard for the CTs. They have no utility to hold this off, so just reliant on their aim duel at this point.
Yeah, that's the thing. And aim duels have not been the strong point for Adwokacik. Sperro at least hits his shot here, but the double up again in their hands. Minio, the glass cannon. Well, Sperro gets 1. The refrag is immediate. Minio at least brings it back to a 3v2. That's the saving grace there. He has glass cannon, though. That's the point. And right now, back to a 2v2. Robin, with shutting down Caper, he actually allows an entry back on towards site. Minio smoked off. He needs to get closer. He needs to get deeper. Twao gets 1. That's the bomb drop, actually. Robin. That's it. The round is gone, though. Minio shouldn't be in trouble at all. With 4 seconds left, Robin will be saving what he can, and, well, I think he actually dies here. Minio, nope, not going to go for the chase. And that's a smart call, as he doesn't have the money to drop it like that. 8-2. Unique still very much ahead of Adwokacik, regardless of how we look at this. And, well, the unfortunate turn here for Adwokacik is that they are kept in check, economically speaking. They have, what, the MP9, they have the glass cannon on Minio. It is not looking too sweet on the money. And in Unique, well, they themselves have a plentiful enough of a bank to work with. One thing to mention is, I have been lacking, or at least in my opinion, Adwokacik had been lacking the aggression. We see it right now going through main. Finally, Caper gets himself the early entry and takes main control. That's exactly what I looked for already early on. At least it comes better late than never, as they say. Unique. They slow down a little bit. Perhaps worrying about the fact that they've just lost a player without a single man to even spot the enemy.
Yeah, and especially with Caper this close. Yeah, always going to be a brutal angle for him to work with. And then Adwokacik.
Oh, Caper.
Oh, that's even better. Caper so close to sighting the bomb as well now, so surely no way back in for Unique at this point.
Shouldn't be,
Zorte
right?
and Polt, last 2 alive, and yeah, as they approach from separate angles. Zorte at this point, you just want to go and save that AWP. Just keep him at least a second weapon going into the round. But at least Adwokacik, they're able to make a couple of consecutive rounds, which means they're fully not out of this. Yeah, Sparrow. Not too sure what Zorti expected there.
Yeah. The aggression was a little bit too much. Caper gets away with 4K. Or with a 4K. That is as beautiful as you can have it. 3 rounds to Adwokacik, though. Not a comfortable position yet to be in. Minio finally able to buy himself Kevlar. He had to play 2 times, or 2 rounds glass cannon, and oh boy, it looked shaky in certain moments. Luckily, it is now a chance here for Adwokacik to take it up to 7 rounds. As you said, Unique win the first half already by a single round margin, but it is perhaps just enough here for Adwokacik to throw it back to a 7 round. Well, not really a tie, but I guess the way it started, a tie certainly is as close as it gets for them. The old Passion Knife will find one. It's Caper that is lost. It's Bialy to refrag, pulling it back to a 4-on-4 and keeping this round open for business. Adwokacik, they cannot allow the ops to go isolated or to go into isolated duels though. Vicious again, he's coming through Ivy. He's already got himself an entry the last time. If Minio misses one shot, he's as good as dead, and the smoke slowly dissipating. Vicious, he can be ever so careful, but Minio is ready. With the scope, it gives him an enhanced vision through that smoke once it dissipates. Unfortunately, Passion Knife will refrag 3-on-3. And all of a sudden, Unique, they're about to spring their coils on towards A.
And the fact that Passion Knife is tagged as well, but still survives. He moves into the bomb site, takes out one more. Zorte finds on Sparrow as well. Oh my god, as soon as things looked even, as soon as the situation was leveled, Unique just make it an absolute blunder for the CT side. Zorte's... Oh, did he spot him? No, he didn't. So I'm at least able to take a kill, but even so, this is now looking like a very, very out of hand first half for Adwokacik. Thankfully, they're able to repurchase into the next, especially if they can get away with an AWP, but Tuao opens himself up. Yeah.
I wouldn't say they can repurchase. If Tuao dies, Minio's going to have 3K. I was just about to say, yeah, that's... You know, Tuao should have been looking for the save. Not sure what exactly he tried to achieve. But that's going to leave Minio wanting for more, though he has $30,000. He's going to be forced to play with a UMP, and that reduces the chance of him getting any kills at all. With the he had been a pretty good defender through Ivy. But yeah, Unique, 9 rounds. This is, you know, any round they get from this point forward is just the cherry on top for me. Already they've achieved a very much respectable, commendable first half, and Sparrow misses a shot. That was a chance to take down Pult once more to bring down Unique's lead. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen, and well, it's gonna go back towards a very advantageous position for Unique. A fake out towards B, perhaps. By the looks of it, they want to draw attention out of Adwokacik. Perhaps at least force a few... well, a little bit of a response with utility being thrown, or at least counter utility being thrown. And this should prompt a push, right?
Surely, yeah.
In
Especially from that man in heaven.
Yep. Whew. Sparrow at least refrags. That was a close call.
Oh my... Jeez, I thought he was committing down the ladder then. I was like, why would you do that? Just straight down.
Okay, Bert. That's a problem. Minio. He needs to get close and deadly. And he does get close and deadly. Tuao finds one more. Oh boy, Kieran. It looks like perhaps Adwokacik might finally find the needle in the haystack. Minio finds a second. Yes, he does. And that's finally the round going back to Adwokacik. Holy heck, what a hectic, chaotical round.
A round they had to win as well. I mean, their money's now down in the dirt, so was thankful that they pulled that off there. And like you said, with the fact that Minio just, even on that UMP, able to bring 2 kills to light, gets himself an ISO upgrade. Passion Knife just looking to save. Might be able to take out Tuao here, especially with the footsteps now being heard. And yeah, free kill for him, so at least adding some more economic damage to this side. But What do Unique now do?
Well, I mean,
Reinvestment, yeah.
if we look at the Unique, if we're honest, 9 rounds, you know, even if they lose 9-6, they are going to be content. But look at Adwokacik. Look at the money for them.
Yeah.
Sure, they buy up. Yes, it is a beautiful buy. It really is. There's a bit of utility lacking here and there, but they've got 2 ops. They've got the M4s, but they lose this round. And they're back to square one. They're back to where they started. Nice shot by Sperro, though. Tags up Polt and even, I believe, a collateral on Pasha Knife. So not bad at all there for the early start. Adwokacik, they need to win this round, though, if they want to have any chance of winning this map.
Oh, I think it was team damage.
Oh, yeah, it
my
was.
God.
Oh.
I think that must have been a knife in the back, maybe?
Or maybe a headshot when Polt reacted
Something like
to the
that.
shot
Yeah,
from Sperro.
potentially.
Yeah, could have been. Weird. That looked like collateral, though.
Yeah. Barely able to push main as well. They're just pushing right now at Adwokacik and getting 3 kills off of the back of it. Which, if it works, then it works. Zorte sort of revealing himself with the scout. Nice kill out of Polt at least. But yeah, with him being so low, then a nade makes it very, very simple. Sparrow takes down one more. And there it is, 9-5. Adwokacik essentially saving themselves in the first half. And like you said, it should be 9-6 realistically. A fairly decent scoreline out of Unique to say that this is the T side.
Yeah.
Would have liked to have gotten double figures, but I mean, not necessary. 3 rounds ahead is still very good, and especially with the half changing in the next round, they're going to be back down to pistols, the chance to again grow that barrier. So 9 rounds on a T side is a very good success first half.
Quite commendable indeed. Pasha Knife, though, coming up through all of this time. No chance. Burning alive by Bialy's hand. Minio holding the line, missing the first shot. Luckily, Bialy holds the line himself. Sprays down 2. And that's more than plenty enough to win this round in the end. Adwokacik, 6 rounds to them. And, well, given how it looked at the start of it, this is, if nothing else, you know, a bit of sigh of relief in their heads, if you ask me. They certainly know how this could have ended, how this could have gone. There were 2 rounds that were critical to them in between the rounds we saw, and if they had gone differently, if perhaps Unique could have gotten away with them, then the result might have been mightily different. In any case, that is a pretty damn decent half regardless for Unique. As I said already, right, they are going to be content with 9 rounds, and that is a good half out of them. Polt, though, oh boy, he is currently the lowest KD player on the map. That is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, not too great out of him, especially when the rest of his team's on double digits. At least the kills have stepped up from every other man, so no real reliance. But yeah, pissed around to come, and Unique winning this one would surely spell them on, but Adwokacik win it, they're right back in the game.
Absolutely, and of course we'll be back with the second half momentarily, a short commercial break coming up. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in about 30 seconds.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Here we go, gentlemen. It is going to be 9-6 and Unique. They have a chance to take it to double digits with 9 already through the CT side. They have successfully been able to infiltrate the lines of Adwokacik, but it is the question right here, right now. Will they be able to take up the pistol? Adwokacik themselves, they've got no utility besides the single flash on Tuao, a dropped P250 for Sperro, and 1 for Minio. And this is looking like a pretty committed A-site take from Adwokacik themselves. And we spoke about how they took down Illuminar on train, arguably a better map for Illuminar than one could expect. And Minio, well, the entry's already his. A great start for the Polar squad. Sorti gets the refrag, but immediately turned back round by Caper.
Yeah, and what a couple of kills that have just come in, especially with this CT side, able to make some early frags, but traded back so quickly by Adwokacik. Passionoi spotted inside a CT as well. Will try and aggress, just put himself into somewhat of a better position, but Bialy right now, this is dangerous. Drops down, yeah. Dearly's never going to really surprise in that sort of position too much. Vicious, though, at least makes it back into a, well, a 1-on-2 now. And yeah, not particularly going to work out too well. Caper takes the final 2, 3k in total. 7th round on the board for Adwokacik. Unique will go for a force buy, so fair enough. We'll see what they can do with this one. A couple of scouts is always nice to see. But a Nova onto... Or was that a miss by the looks of things?
Miss by, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate. Sparrow's now got no utility at all, so just a single Mac 10. But, I mean, in this sort of round, 3 AKs, yeah, they shouldn't be too hard done by here.
Pretty much so. Passion Knife, though, gets away with a kill. 12 jumping through the smoke and not really responding. Okie dokie, I guess that happens. Unique, this is a force buy. Don't tell me they get away with at least... Don't tell me they get away with 2 or 3 kills, which is definitely possible. And then, if that happens, then there's a high chance we might see a victory for Unique. In either case, Adwokacik, the pistol is theirs, and they have themselves a chance to take it further than they had hoped. Although, a second kill. Passion Knife, he truly is a knife in the back. It is going to be 2 kills somehow for him, and not a single man return yet in favor by Adwokacik. Polt, whoa, okay, Sparrow, back to 1-on-4, and Polt, he's been quiet all first half, now back again with 2 kills with a deagle. I think that makes up for his 3 kills in the first half.
He's nearly doubled them here at this point.
Truly.
And the fact that now Adwokacik, they've lost that round, they have to force by themselves, so we all know how this sort of scenario goes. This should realistically be sort of 12-7 coming up. Adwokacik, unless they win again another force buy, which is miraculous in itself, but we'll see. Nice grenade down to Tuap. Decent damage done to him in return as well, so drop down fairly low. Scout's going to try and deal some damage. Don't want to peek into Sparrow's crosshair, though. That would be not the way to go about things, but flashbang is good. Again, a weird sort of a weird sort of start to a half. Again, pistols not being shown their really due respect at this point.
Yeah, a bit of a mishap there by Adwokacik, and well, the force buy obviously expected, and they can. Okay, Sparrow gets 1. Zorti will fall. Perhaps Zorti, equally like Adwokacik, making the mistake of underestimating the deagles that their opponents wield. And that's something we've been seeing continuously, time and time again. Something I could say is a big mistake from a lot of teams. They make too many, or more than anything, they underestimate the pistols too much. They allow themselves too much aggression, and it immediately gets punished by the deagles, or any other pistol for that matter. Robin brings it back to a 4-on-4. Sparrow and Twao are low, but I will not disregard this until they're all dead. Bialy gets it back to a 3-on-3. Unfortunately for for Bialy and, well, Sparrow, Vicious and Polt are just a bit too dangerous to handle. And Caper even gets away with the 3rd. This is a lot of damage dealt onto Unique on a simple force buy that should never have been as successful as it was, and even a plan to go down. Adwokacik unfortunately can't rebuy, but it is going to be enough here for Unique to at least go up to 12. And Adwokacik, well, pistols again.
Yeah, and it's not too bad of an investment, especially considering that they can get that round loss bonus into the next round, just buy up a couple of pistols, see what they can deliver with them. But yeah, this should be more than likely a 12th round on the board. Unique starting to generate and build a nice little barrier. Not too sure why Robin has a Negev, but honestly, love it. I think that's the first Negev ever to be bought in Loot.bet history, so at least he's broken a little record. But yeah, so far, fairly easy round. Bolt taking down the first. A little bit of damage here and there. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, overall should just be that 12-7. First gun round, of course, going to be deciding of a lot of things. More to the point,
Wait,
Adwokacik's survival in this
Is
first
that a Negev? Sorry to interrupt you, but I have
Yeah,
to...
that's what I said. One of the first negatives.
Oh, wait. I just realized. Sorry. Wow, I blanked out there. What? Okay. Wow. Fair enough. Please continue. I'm a little bit perplexed right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I think that's the first negative ever bought in Loot.bet history. I was like, okay, fair enough.
Wow, yeah, it definitely is one of the first negatives. I at least haven't seen it before. Jesus. I am fairly surprised to see it being bought up, but then again, well, I guess, you know, sometimes it just has to go like that, has to be bought like that. Wow. Okay. 4 Augs and a Negev. That sounds like a bad joke, but it is the honest God truth we're seeing here. Still gonna keep the Negev against AKs. Fair enough, that's balls of steel from Robin.
Especially in a gun round, right? Facing off against 5 AKs or 5 rifles. Adwokacik just peek into him thinking, oh, this guy's, you know, normal weapon. Nope, just get sprayed with 150 bullets. It's like, oh, great.
Yeah, pretty much so. It's like...
The positions he's holding as well, he's probably dead before the negative even starts up. He's got to rev it up a little bit first.
It's like a bad engine.
Swings the corner, yeah. Oh. He's got to, like, sort of turn the key a couple of times.
Well, the key's certainly turning pretty well. Unique find 2 kills. They lost 1, but it's 3 back in return before a single one is turned back, or at least return in favor. Twao will fall even with a frag of his own. And Caper, he's left to his own devices once more. Look at that Negev, oh my god! He actually tags Caper.
Okay, now please throw it out. Get rid of it now, please. Nope. Come on. Oh my god.
Oh lord, Robin is having fun right now. He is having a good amount of fun. And Adwokacik, well, they have no response. They have no response to Unique's setup. And their aggression from the CT side hasn't transferred well to the second half. They are dropping like flies. Whenever they enter a site, they lose 2 or 3 players before they're able to even get far into the bomb site.
This is the worst part, right? Especially with the fact that it's now getting to a point where Unique are getting close to Vict. Oh, Robin, please do it. Oh my god.
No way he even hits the headshot.
Oh my god. Okay, he deserves to die after that one. Jesus.
You know what's the worst part?
Like, oh, I've got myself a free right. Wait, hang on, what?
That's
like,
the
why would
worst
I even
part.
want it? He's throwing it out. Okay, I thought you'd thrown it out, actually. I was like, he doesn't even want it.
At this point, I would throw it away just because, in spite of them buying it, I would just be like, fuck you and your Negev, man. At least give me a FAMAS. I don't care. Like, not a Negev, guys. Well, luckily, the refrags are there. It's back to a 3-on-3, but Unique, this is a very successful second half for them. And Adwokacik, they're coming pretty close to be able to pick up the 8th, perhaps. Maybe this is where the real momentum starts to shift in the Polish favor, but then again, it's a long time to go, or a long way to go there yet. Bialy on a CZ, we have a scout on Caper, and of course Minio with the M4. This is... It's an A commitment, and this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be really hard. Unique, they have a player in heaven, and I'm not sure if, yeah, the pre-fire, well, at least the check is there. Minio, smart enough to be ready for that play. A saving grace, if you will. Pult. Oh. I think he was spotted. Surely he was. Yep, he was. Bialy will hit a pre-fire, but still loses the duel. Pasha knife. Good. Oh, Lord. Oh, the timing, Caper!
Oh my god.
Why would you pull out a scout and pop and Pult?
Oh, they've just lost the round.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Caper would pull out the scout and pop, right? I mean, in Pop Doc, like, you have a CZ, just keep it in your hands, or keep the Negev at this point. But just, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And Robin, I can't believe he still got a kill with the Negev. In any case, double up comes out, and that tells you how serious Unique right now are.
Yeah, for all their joking aside, I think they know this game's in their hands at this point. A couple of rounds just needed, especially if they win this one. They've probably done it, but yeah, Robin gonna take his org as well now. And the fact that, like you said, double ops out, they just want to get this wrapped up. They know it's all but confirmed. But Adwokacik 7 rounds in a row to tie it up. 8 to at least secure overtime, 9 to take the victory. It's a long way back, but one that is, you know, definitely possible. We've seen a 14-7 comeback before. I think Heretics made 2 of those against Copenhagen Flames, so you know it's not out of the ballpark just yet. Zorte, nice return though. The org just blocking the scope there. Bialy to return though. Robin fires back. And well, it is back down into that 3-on-2. Spots the angle there, Caper. Just can't find the kill. Zorte's second up to try and swing in.
Oh, boy.
And yeah.
I was meaning to say, I guess reason number 7 why you don't buy an AUG and scope in, because you can't see angles at certain moments.
It's so thick, yeah.
Yeah, the scope is quite thick indeed, and well, it leaves Adwokacik bleeding for more, and they're gonna have to win 8 rounds in a row if they want to get at least onto a tie and onto overtime, which is highly unlikely from this point forward. Unique in a great position, double up still in their hands, the money pretty high if you consider all things. Zorti burns alive down to 36 as far as I could tell, but he is still alive, which is the important part. Pasha Knife, though, pushes up brown holes. Gonna be caught by Sparrow, and that's actually a good start. Zorti down to 10. All of a sudden, things might take a bit of a wild turn. Twao needs to be careful, though. Does not wish to sacrifice himself for free here. Sparrow on 1 HP certainly cannot deal much of any damage. Minio, though, close range. Does he check? He does. At least the slow play from Robin gives it away. And B-side is lost, and so far, the round, I think, with it.
Yeah, maybe a chance of a refrag, but bomb's already going down toward that B-bomb site, even with Fen Vicious in that sort of position. That'll be pretty hard done by to get anything out of this here for Unique. And look at the way that they've set themselves up as well. What a fast shot by Minio.
Yep.
Polt at least able to take out one, but look at Caper.
Oh, bye-bye.
Yeah, they're both dead. Just run straight into him. Maybe Polt gets a refrag. Smoke actually gets dropped at a perfect time, so maybe just keeps himself alive, but...
Surely he knows he's there, right? Polt got a kill from Ivy to Pop. Yep, there it is. I was meaning to say, surely Caper is aware, right? The call out from Twao came, yo, I was killed by that guy in Ivy. He's still there. You killed a different person. Luckily... Unique have a, well, not really a rebuy. This is going to be more of a, is it really a full commitment? Yes, it is. It's a full commitment. Zorti, glass cannon, Polt, going to go with what he can, which is going to be a pistol, while we have Passion Knife on a UMP. Yep, a UMP and an AUG on Robin. And, well, this is a, I just noticed the players are a little bit late to the party. Twao is already out of main in towards Crossroads, while there's still 2 players coming out of CT base, so fair enough. Wow, though. Oof, that was close. Zorti finds one. The op sings off the song of his people, and Zorti to double. Minio gets the refrag, but it's still going to be a 48 HP Minio to deal with. And all of a sudden, Minio, oh, he misses his chance. He's still going to take it as Zorti tries to taggle along through stop sign, tries to challenge, but it's not going to work out well enough. Caper sneaks in through Ivy. Oh boy, this is a dangerous maneuver, but I think it works out. It's an old play, but it checks out.
Timing here is so bad, yeah. Fen Vicious just catches the right angle at the right time there, unfortunately, to spot out Caper down into a 3-on-2. Every man now of that CT side bolstering a rifle, passionately even coming in from the flanks as well, just to ensure that it is all covered off and sealed. Minio, nice return fire though, back into a 2-on-2. This might actually see that, I was going to say maybe straight around the back of CT toward B, but yeah, out toward the A site instead.
Pasha Knife, does he peek?
Yeah, surely peeks this bomb to be planted, but traded back. Minio, whilst he's got a 3k, needs an ace to wrap up the game. Molotov was beautiful. Didn't even actually see any sign of him there. Just threw it preemptively, and it works out perfectly. Down to 16, and he should be dead in a matter of seconds. Yeah, 16-8. Unique wrapping up map number 1, the pick of Adwokacik. And a map that has gone downhill for them. Unique coming out of the gate very strong, picking up map number 1, which again was maybe a little bit contended at the start, but I think Unique's beginning, how good they looked after that sort of even a fight back out of Adwokacik, it was too much for them to handle.
Yeah, the half was such a poor one from Adwokacik that in the end, no matter how good Adwokacik might have been on their double up, even if they couldn't have won those crucial moments, those crucial rounds above all else. I believe it was round number. I don't want to throw in the dark, but I think it was between round number 22 and 23 where Adwokacik had a full buy and they lost against Unique's basically pistols and Kevlars, and yeah, it just goes down the drain afterwards. So that's